I would first like to say that this is my first take of this video. I will not be editing this video. I will not be adding graphics to this video. I will not be fact-checking or censoring myself in this video, because why would you fact-check perfection? I know what I'm doing. Everything is off the noggin, and I am certified to be doing this. I don't want to censor myself. I don't think I'll say anything worth censoring other than the occasional frick or words such as that. I have nothing on my person that will be used to look up something. My phone right now is connected to a computer that will be charging my phone. Other than that, I have a blank notepad for if I need to sort out my thoughts, because I have nothing planned. A water bottle, frog, thing to clean my blue light glasses with, pillow, tapestry, gay flag. So something that you're probably coming into this knowing is that Owl City made the song Fireflies. Fireflies is the song. Yeah, so Owl City also, maybe, that's basically the baseline for anyone who knows just what Owl City is. Music made Fireflies. Some people are like, oh, Owl City also collabed with Carly Rae Jepsen to make Good Time. And then it kind of goes up from there, you know, like the basic hits and then more of them. But something we need to get out of the way very early when I'm addressing Owl City. Owl City is just one guy. I want to just like let that settle in you. I hope I'm looking in the right place. Owl City is just one guy. It's not breaking news, but everyone thinks Owl City is a band, and it kind of catches me off guard. Juice WRLD, Cave Town, no one thinks they're bands, but they are famously just one guy. So is Owl City. Owl City, his name, I don't know why I'm out of breath already. Owl City, his name is Adam Young, and I won't be adding a picture. You can look it up, but I don't think you need to. You can just visualize, maybe close your eyes, and imagine like just a guy. Yeah, that's kind of what he looks like. He's one of the white guys. So if you've ever seen a white guy, just kind of like picture that. He's like, you know, kind of like skinny. He has brown hair. It's pretty short. It kind of like sticks up a little bit, but not in a way that would be memorable. Yeah, he kind of wears shirts and often pants. You can open your eyes now if your eyes were still closed. So, oh, also, if it sounds like there are cicadas in the background in my yard having sex, that is because they are. That's something they don't tell you about cicadas. You just kind of have to find that out. You're like, why are they making that sound? And I'm pretty sure it's because they are getting it on. So, Owl City. He's a guy. His name is Adam Young. Let's talk a little bit about Adam Young, this character. He is a Christian. He's a Christian. A lot of Owl City songs are Christian, and you'll notice that as I go deeper into each album. But yeah, he's a Christian guy. He's from Montana, I think. I know. Everything I'm saying is factual. He's from Montana, I hope. And yeah, he's a very shy dude. He's a very shy guy. And my brain is so full and big and voluptuous with all of these facts about him. I guess I could start just like with his first album. His first album as Owl City, I actually think was Sky Sailing. It was not the one that was Fireflies. It was Sky Sailing, but you don't have to worry about that shit, because there's nothing really memorable about Sky Sailing. That's like, I think the album cover, it probably says Owl City Sky Sailing. It just like, imagine like paper planes or something, maybe like little trails. It had a song called Sailboats. Yeah, and then he, in 2009, I think, he releases Ocean Eyes. That's the one with Fireflies. Fireflies, some other songs you might know are none of them, actually. None of them are really popular on that album. But something you want to know about Owl City is that his lyrics, he definitely says words, and sometimes it sounds like singing too. And I'm not dissing Owl City, because Owl City is very dear to me, but his lyrics are definitely, I wouldn't say great. They're funny though. What was the song? It was The Yacht Club. The Yacht Club is from All Things Bright and Beautiful. I think that's the next album after Ocean Eyes. And I always use this as an example. It's like, We stood under the under the waterfall of a kiwi pineapple parasol. Caterpillar concert hall. Bars, actually, absolute bars. He does a lot of puns, or at least he did a lot of puns. In Ocean Eyes, there's a song called Dental Care about going to the dentist, and that one he says, golf and alcohol don't mix, and that's why I don't drink and drive. And I had to ask my brother about that one when I was in like 5th grade. I was like, what? And he's like, I think that's like a golf pun. Like, I think you drive and golf. And so that's pretty funny. And there's also one that's like, please take a long, hard look through your textbook, because I'm history. You know, in school there are like history textbooks, so that's also pretty funny. That's from the song Cave In. I actually really enjoy this album. He has on the deluxe version of this album, give me 1 second, I have a big ass water bottle for this. The deluxe album, version for Ocean Eyes, I believe has a really good song called Vanilla Twilight. Really good song in, comparison to Owl City songs. But there's also a song called Sunburn, and I don't know if recreating it will get me copyright stricken. I don't even know if YouTube cares about this video, but I think I can say it goes. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, and it's like a guitar, and it's really cute. It's a song about love. And then I think in 2012 he released he had a Spotify live session, like just a Spotify exclusive thing, and they put it on Spotify, and it was like his acoustic versions of like certain songs, and one of them was Fireflies. And if you know the song Fireflies, which you do, it's, you know how it goes, I guess he didn't, he wasn't really bothered to learn that on guitar or like play that on guitar, so instead he uses the exact riff from Sunburn. He just uses that riff, I forgot. But he uses the riff from one of his songs that no one's listened to, so valid, he can just reuse it, put it into his acoustic version for Fireflies. And that's another thing about Owl City, he recycles shit. It's something very comforting about him, because you listen to it and it's Owl City. There's a song, probably like maybe in the 2020s, it was a Christian song, and it featured Owl City, and it was called like Let the Light In or something. It's just a guy singing a Christian song. You know how they sound, if you don't know how they sound, you don't need to learn. It's just imagine a song, but like slightly like worse, and then you hear like this synth or whatever, and it's like, and then Owl City's voice, he goes, open my heart to feel the only thing I know that's real, or something like that. I think it was that lyric. But yeah, that's also kind of how he talks. He has done some collabs, one of them being the one, Good Time with Carly Rae Jepsen. My brother, who is the one person that really got me into Owl City, I think I started listening to Owl City, and my brother was like, oh, you listened to him? I was like, yeah, and then that's how we met each other, basically. That's how we became friends. And he said that there was probably a pact between Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen to like form together and ensure that they would not be one-hit wonders, they would be two-hit wonders. But now Carly Rae Jepsen is like a multiple hit wonder. She's a lot more popular than Owl City is now. Yeah, Good Time, that was a song for sure. It was a good song. Another song that you might know by Owl City is that one that goes, when can I see you again? Wow, oh. That's from the Wreck-It Ralph movie. I won't be singing. I love singing. I will not be singing as much, because what if I sound too much like him and I get copyright stricken? I actually don't know how that works. But yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, when can I see you again? Another thing that you might not know is that he made a ringtone for Apple. I think it's one of the classic ringtones. You know those classic ringtones, like you have the ringtones that you can go to classic and pick, and those are where all the good ringtones are, like the blues ones that like I've been using the blues ringtone, and it's like that one. That's not the one that Adam made, but he made a ringtone, and you might be thinking like, isn't this indoctrination? But to that, I think it's much better than, was it Yellow Card, U2? It's one of the bands where they like made their song pre-saved on like iPods or something. I don't know. I probably wasn't even alive for that. But that was like a thing that happened. So Owl City being like making a ringtone for Apple is not as much of a cancelable thing. And I will talk about a cancelable thing that Owl City has done later down the line. I don't think that's relevant now. But yeah, so he's done that. He has a song for, it's not Rise of the Guardians, but it's something Rise of the, I don't know. It's like it's a movie about owls. There are owls in it, and it's called Shipwreck in a Sea of Fate. To the Sky. It's called To the Sky. He has another one for the Croods movie. That one is called Shine Your Way. And he has a song, I think, for Smurfs 2. I don't think he did the first one. Smurfs 2, the one where they're 3D and they're in the real world. It's one of those movies where like something wacky, something cartoonish comes into the real world and they like meet a guy or something and he's like, what? This is, wait, no, he's like, no, this makes sense. This makes sense that there are Smurfs. And they're like, we need you to help us from Gargamel. And he's like, what? That makes no sense. And it's like, why do you draw the line there? That, you know, Smurfs movie, Hop, live action Sonic, I think live action Woody the Woodpecker, they all follow that. So Owl City was a part of that. Let me make sure, yeah, okay, I'm just making sure that my phone is charging. I would never fact check this, but yeah, so that's part of it. Owl City, he's just like kind of been, he's been there, right? Especially in early 2010s. Owl City was, I heard, I wasn't there. I was alive, but not there at the time. But he was like big in the MySpace scene, like the alt pop, I think. And if you have a doubt about that based on the description that I gave you, that he's just a guy, I want you to imagine, close your eyes again, if you can. Imagine like the same guy that I told you, but like his hair, actually open your eyes again, look at me. Like imagine his hair like this, except flat against his face. And then imagine like the camera angle like up, and he's like, there's a beautiful picture of him like that. And you could be like, oh, I can't believe that Owl City made more alternative music before he was Owl City. And it's like, if you were to see that photo, maybe look up Owl City 2000s, maybe just look up Owl City 2000s, and you see a photo of him looking up at the camera, very awkward, with that hairstyle, right? And you're like, oh, if he cut this shit up, he would have been a million girls' different like profile pictures, you know what I'm saying? And this is a great segue to the fact that Owl City, this is one of my favorite facts, Owl City used to make Screamo. I will give you a minute to process that, not an actual minute, because time is of the essence. I don't know if that's a term, but yes, Owl City used to make Screamo. He had a tweet, give me 1 second. He had a tweet that I saw on Reddit. Screenshot of a tweet that I saw on Reddit with a link to the thing that he referenced in the tweet, that he was in a Screamo band in, I think, high school. And I think he was the drummer. Owl City does everything. I think he does guitar, drums, keyboard. He definitely sings. That doesn't mean he can, like, if singing was like considered more of an instrument, I wouldn't say he plays the singing. But he definitely does it in his songs. So, yeah, he was in a Screamo band before he was Owl City. Owl City has so many projects. Owl City has been so many different people. One of them is Port Blue. I will get into that later, Port Blue. But one of them is Aquarium. And I think Novel is another one. And both of these projects have only released maybe 1 to 3 songs each. Same guy, same Adam, but he just like, he was like, I want to go by this name or no this name. This was early 2000s, I'm pretty sure, or mid 2000s. I don't know how old he is. I just know he's like kind of old. Yeah, and they're Screamo songs, but kind of, if you look up after this video, of course, don't click off of this video. But if you look up I Am Denmark by Aquarium, it is on SoundCloud. Someone re-uploaded it. It's like this like electronic, like soothing sound, and that, I don't know, drums or something, and then he starts like talking, and he's kind of lower in the mix than like the rest of the instrument, and he's just kind of talking with an EQ sound effect, or like a microphone EQ, so it's, I don't know, it sounds like he's like talking through a phone, right? And then he starts screaming. He goes rah, 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 and it sounds so good. It sounds great, and it's so gritty that it sounds like part of the instruments, but it's not. And you listen to that, right? And then you listen to some of the things that he's made recently, and you wonder things like, where did it go wrong? Or when will he be good? You know, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying that it's very different from where we've come, and I'll bring you to where we've come. So yeah, he used to make screamo. That's very important to me. That's a very important fact to me, because a little bit of lore about me. I don't know who's watching this video, but you probably don't know. I fell in love with an emo about last year. A few months from now, it will have been like a year ago. 1 second. And one of the side effects with falling in love with an emo is that you will listen to emo music. And that's either like a good thing or a bad thing for you, depending on if you like emo music. I was fine with it. I listened to a lot of Pierce the Veil, and now I can't listen to it at all. It makes me sick. But if I listened to Adam Young, Mr. City, Mr. Owl City, Adam City, I think it would save the emo genre from me. So I think emo should bandwagon for Owl City to make a screamo album. And you might be thinking, Joey, my name is Joey, by the way. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Joey. Joey, what was I gonna say? Joey, do you think he's maybe lost the art of screaming healthfully? No. So Owl City, I just talked to you about Ocean Eyes. Let's go all the way to the top being like, all the way to the, I don't know, wherever the present is. Wherever, up, down, left, right, whatever one signifies the present for you, that's what this is. His most recent album was called Coco Moon, and he has a song in it called The Tornado. And in The Tornado, there's like about 3 seconds. Yes, there are about like, I don't know, probably 7 seconds actually, of just him like, you know. And a lot of people like that. They're like, where did this come from? I know where the fuck it came from. He had that haircut. What do you mean you don't think he can sing like that? So I'm begging for an Owl City screamo album. But I don't think the people are wanting an Owl City screamo album, because a lot of the people who would enjoy an Owl City screamo album don't even have Owl City on their radar. A lot of the people who follow Owl City have just been following him for nostalgia, or they are children, or they are Christians. Hold on. I thought I was gonna, yeah, I burped. They are Christians. And if you go on Owl City's Instagram, which is something you can follow, sorry, I don't usually drink water ever, so maybe my body is having an allergic reaction. But yeah, if you looked at Owl City's Instagram, you'll see like just kind of videos with like text on it, and it just has a lyric to his song, or like maybe you see like a cute graphic and it's just like new merch, and that's fun. That's great if you're wanting to get merch, but it's not great if you actually like his music and you want to listen to more music, because that's pretty much all the announcements he's making. A lot of the text videos that he's making are like sometimes Bible verses, and a lot of people are like, is this like a hint that we're gonna get an Owl City proverb album, or like a psalm? I don't even know. I've been out of the Jesus like fandom for a while, but like people are thinking that, and it's like, not everything an artist does is a sign, you know. I am thinking, on the topic of Owl City's merch, Owl City does currently, at least as of April, Owl City, the merch website, sold silly bands. I think they were about at least $7 with shipping, but they were about $2 without shipping. fucked up. Owl City sold silly bands, and you know silly bands, right? That they're like rubber bands, but they're in like a cute shape, and you put it on your wrist like a bracelet. The shapes were, I bought these for my brother. The shapes were one that says Owl City, one that says I am, then there was an owl, then there was a city, and then there was something in the shape of, there's like a hotel in the album Ocean Eyes, and it was that shape. So clearly the person who made these and designed them don't know who the fuck Owl City is. Valid. But I just like that it was just an owl in a city, and that's pretty funny. I'm gonna adjust my seating position, and then I'm gonna drink some water. So we've made it past Ocean Eyes, his second album, probably. I'm pretty sure his next album, I hope, 2012? I don't think that's too far out to say. Yeah, 2012, All Things Bright and Beautiful. All Things Bright and Beautiful has a song called Alligator Sky with Sean Christopher, I think, and he raps, and it's good. It's about imagination. I like that song. We can move on to the next album. The next album that he made, I think, was probably 2013, and it was the Midsummer Station. And right before I filmed this video, I was on Instagram and I saw Owl City posted that I think it's been 13 years since the Midsummer Station. I don't want to do the math. It was 2013? It was 2002. I don't know. Do the math for me. If it was 13 years since Midsummer Station, 25 minus 13. I'm not fact checking. I don't have a calculator. But yeah, Midsummer Station was my favorite in 5th grade. There's what song would you know? You would know Good Time, for sure. That's the one that Good Time is on. It also has a song, like a love song, basically, between a cop and a criminal. Not great. I think that one's like, God, they're all blanking on me because I don't want to sing them out loud, but it's like, you've got the right to be here, right here with me. I'm on your trail in a hot pursuit. Love is a high-speed chase racing down the street. Ooh, 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 I'm coming after you. So that's I'm Coming After You. I could probably list all of them. Dreams and Disasters, I'm Coming After You, Speed of Love, Silhouette, Good Time, Shooting Star, Gold. I think the music video for the song Gold was animated with a homeless man. Either that one or Shooting Star. I get them mixed up because they just evoke so much inspiration in me. And that's not even sarcasm. I really like those songs. That one's more electronic. It sounds very poppy, very electronic, but then again, it's Owl City, not, Aquarium or Novel, his Screamo albums from back in the day. This is Owl City, very, just imagine electronic music like that. So yeah, there was that. Next album, I think, was Mobile Orchestra, and there's a song, there are more features in this one. So there's Aloe Black, I think, and it's a song called The Verge, and it's about graduation, and yes, I did listen to it on my high school graduation a few months ago. There's a song featuring Hanson, I think, which I guess is a band that Owl City listened to when he was a kid. Then there's a song featuring Britt Nicole. Britt Nicole is an icon in the 2010s CCM industry, so Christian contemporary music. Remember when I said, like, if you want to imagine a Christian contemporary song, like, just think of a song but like slightly worse? That was kind of what it was. She made a song also called Gold, but it was like, you're worth more than gold, so that was good. She made a song with Owl City. This album is very much more Christian, like visibly, or I guess audibly Christian than the other ones. There's one called My Everything, and it's just how he's like, God, you're my everything. There's one, so the last song on that album, Mobile Orchestra, is called This Isn't the End, and it's which is funny and hilarious because that is the end. That is the end of the album. And it's about a girl whose father left, and then her father, and then he sucks, and then she learns to forgive him and heal. And that's pretty beautiful. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. There's not really a joke tied to that. That's just like a thing that he wrote, and I think it's necessary that you know that. It is kind of funny though. I said it wasn't funny. It is kind of funny though, where like you listen to all these corny songs, like Bird with a Broken Wing. He literally is like, I'm an astronaut on the ocean floor. Which, fun fact, I drew fan art for that lyric, astronaut on the ocean floor. And then that was the same year that that song called Astronaut in the Ocean came out, by Masked Wolf, I think. And it was like, what you know about rolling down in the deep? And I was embarrassed, and I never finished the fan art of an Owl City lyric. But yeah, so that song, it's like all these corny songs, Owl City style, and then the last song in the album is, the first lyrics is, an 8-year-old girl had a panic attack because the father she loved left and never looked back. Insane. So, next album, let's think about the next album. It was Mobile Orchestra. Oh my gosh. Then did he release, Adam, if you're watching this, and I know you are, I think maybe the next one was Cinematic. Cinematic is his life. It's his life. Cinematic is his life. I think he released it in 2018, and it's like it's his life. So he has the most notably autobiographical song in Cinematic is called 5th of July, and it talks, he kind of just recounts his own birth and what it was like for the people in his life for him to be born. And the chorus goes, and that was when life began for me. And at the ripe age of 12, I did not know what that meant. But he very much did spell it out. He was born at that time. 5th of July, that's when he was born. So that's cool. That's awesome that he just wrote a song about his own birth. He also has a song, Fiji Water, that's about like rejecting kind of like a record deal that'll for sure like exploit him. He has a song called All My Friends. He has a song called, I don't know, Madeline Island, Be Brave. Some things about his songs is that I'm like, wow, this is so like poetic. And then I think he talks about that and I'm like, oh, that's just a thing that happened to you. You just wrote exactly what happened to you. And I think that's what Be Brave was about. It's like he goes to the movies and there's this girl who gives him a card, but it's like in a paper bird folded and it says Be Brave. And I thought that was like a metaphor for something, but no, that's just a thing that happened to him. Be Brave is a good song. It used to make me cry in middle school. There's a song called Cinematic, 'cause your life is a movie. That's kind of the song. Cinematic, All My Friends, Madeline Island, Montana. Remember from 2 minutes into this video when I said he was from Montana? Montana, House Wren, where he says the words real estate. He says first-rate real estate or something. And that's kind of hilarious because that was at the time where free real estate was a funny meme. So people were like, it's free real estate. By people, I mean like the 2 people who listened to Owl City at the time. Give me 1 second. It absolutely sounds like I'm digging on Owl City. But Owl City is such a comfort musician for me. I think he's chill. I think he's a chill guy. Never met him. I saw him in concert. Not the same. He wore a neon orange shirt and jeans to his own concert. Hey, love that. I wouldn't wear that in front of one person, let alone just a full group of people, but everyone's different, right? Owl City does mean a lot to me. So his latest album, that was 2023, I think. Actually, I know, my noggin, it's so big. It was called Coco Moon, and that was also kind of autobiographical as well. His first single, it was a 5-minute song called Kelly Time, and I thought it was based off of I thought it was like a metaphor, but I think it was just based off of a movie, so that was cool. And then I think the second single might have been Adam Check Please. Adam Check Please is just a recounting of his first job, and there's really nothing to say about it. He's just like, I was in the frozen aisle. I think that's for sure a lyric. A lot of the things that I noticed in that song, or in that whole album, is that he would go through a story. He would go through a story or like a metaphor, and then he would explain the metaphor in the rest of the song. So there was literally a lyric, I think in the Meadowlark or something, I don't know. Actually I do know. In the Meadowlark, and the actual lyric was, it's a fable, you see, and the moral is this. Adam, I'm not stupid, and I know I'm the only one listening to your music, please. He has a lot of motifs, like melodic motifs or whatever the fuck, like in his music. Like there's some things that he does, like or something, with like certain instruments too, that you're like, oh, I could definitely hear this from another song. That reminds me, there's a bonus track, I think, from All Things Bright and Beautiful called How I Became the Sea. And I was told it's about a shipwreck in the perspective of the ship. And it's not on Spotify, but I think it's still on Apple Music, and it's very good. I like that song a lot. I'm trying to move my foot without you having to see my foot, because I will not be editing this or censoring my foot. But yeah, so I think I said basically everything there is to know about Owl City, like his music. I'm still not done with Owl City lore. There is, he did like a collab with Toby Mac. Toby Mac could be its own thing, but Toby Mac, CCM, just a guy who makes CCM, and they did a song, The First Noel. They did a cover of The First Noel, and he goes, Owl City. That's what Toby Mac goes, and then Owl City goes, they looked up. He always sounds like he's in awe, and isn't that just the dream, you know? So yeah, Owl City, he made something for Everybody's Golf, if that rings a bell to any gamers out there. It was one of the PlayStation games. It was never on streaming services, but it was a good song. It was called Clap Your Hands. He also made a song for Oreo, and that is on streaming services. And ask if I have that downloaded, because I do. I will say yes. Hey, do you have that downloaded, Joey? I do have that downloaded. Thank you for asking. It's called Wonderfilled, and it's actually very catchy. This guy had a lot of collaborations for a reason. Where did he fall off? I think it's because he's a shy dude. He's not really trying to get more fans. He's not really doing a lot of interviews. Like, he's just, making music, and I'm not sure how else. I talked to you a little bit about, like I'm saying, I talked to you. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this, but he had this he had a artist, like a project name that he went under called Port Blue, that was basically just all like ambiance. But he also has an account on like streaming services called Adam Young, which is his name. Sorry, I didn't give you a warning that time. I was drinking water. Under his name. And I think it was like a project that he did where he tried to write a soundtrack for something every month. I think. I really like, so he wrote a movie style, like soundtrack, not with lyrics, just like underscore or film score, I guess, and they were all kind of inspired by historical events. And so one of the songs that I really like from one of them is called Shackleton, and it's like dun, 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 dun. Yeah, there's not really much to say about that. They're pretty good. Like, you listen to some of them and it's like, and you're like, this is the same guy who wrote I Stood Under a Waterfall with a Kiwi Pineapple Parasol. This is the same guy who wrote that, and then he's making this like beautiful arrangement. God. Anyway, so we've gone over some music elements of Owl City. Water. I still have lore. Something very notable, I can't believe I haven't talked about it yet, is Owl City's former like connection with Taylor Swift. So my favorite Taylor Swift song, I'm not a Swiftie at all, but my Taylor favorite Swift song is Enchanted, from her album Speak Now, the purple one, because that song is about Adam Young. The story is that they were at a party and she met him and they just had a great conversation, and he's just this shy guy. And then she leaves and he sends her a fucking email. So that's how you know is in the 1900s or whatever. He sends her an email and he's like, I was like wonderstruck to meet you. Like, I'm sorry I was so shy, blah, 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 blah. And then she wrote that song about him. And then when Owl City was listening, he was a huge fan of her. Yeah, and there's like a picture of them and him and his fuck ass haircut that, you know, the look at me. If you were closing your eyes, if I forgot to tell you to open your eyes, this is the time to open your eyes, because he had this haircut. And him and Taylor Swift with her curly hair, and he's like, you know, you can edit that together if you want. I won't. I'm not editing this. But yeah. And he was like listening to it, and at some point he was like, oh my gosh, this is about me. And you know what he does? I think he waits a few months or something, and then he releases his own cover of Enchanted. So the Enchanted Owl City cover, and he just like changes the pronouns, so it's like, I was enchanted to meet you too, or like the last lyric of it, he's like, Taylor, I was so in love with you. That didn't work out, clearly. Taylor Swift is dating her boyfriend. I don't know, he plays football or something. Just kidding, it's Travis Kelce. He's a guy. If you want to imagine what Travis Kelce is, close your eyes, imagine a guy, open your eyes. That's what he looks like. So yeah, things didn't work out with them. I'm pretty sure low-key Owl City might be married. But he's so private about it. Like, I think he could be married. Low-key, he could be. And that makes you wonder, like, how does he feel about gay people, right? That's something I wonder, on account of I'm gay. But honestly, I think he's, at the very worst, he's a centrist about, like, he's like, oh, I don't fucking care. And that's much better than other things. I don't know why I'm speculating on what I think Owl City is like to gay people, but I don't think he really thinks much about it. I'm racking my brain for a plan B, but I think I need to get this out of the way. Remember when I said that Owl City has something cancelable? This is the cancelable thing. So I was going on Owl City Wiki, which is an option for you. If you've made it this far, what are we at? 37 minutes, almost 38. If you've made it this far and you're like, maybe I should stop, and you still are hungry for Owl City knowledge, you could have been on the Owl City Wiki this whole time, like the fan wiki for Owl City. That was an option for you, but you didn't, and I'm so glad for that. But I was on the Owl City fan wiki, not right now because I'm not fact checking, but I was on the fan wiki at some point early this summer, and I was looking at like all the different projects he's had, because like I said, he's had many different projects. One of the projects, like a lot of the projects actually, like, you know, they just have like 2 songs each, and then they switch to a different name. But he did a lot with like these 2 brothers, and I think those brothers like still make music just together. But he did a lot with like these 2 brothers, and the genres varied, but they were all under the same umbrella. And one of them, I scroll through, it's him, like the artist is him, these brothers, I don't remember what the project was called. There were like 2 songs, and the genre was Muslim satire. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know the genre that we all know, Muslim satire. Yeah, no, for sure, yeah, oh my god, my favorite genre. You know, when Spotify has those like AI generated like or something like weird day lists where they give you like Pink Pilates Princess Monday afternoon, or like one time I got Dream SMP Goblin Core Tuesday night. Muslim satire, probably one of those genres. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I click on that link and I get taken to a YouTube video from back like probably a while ago of just an audio clip, but it's a picture of Owl City in a blue background. He's just like standing on a blue wall, but that it was just a picture, and the main focus is just the audio behind it. They just needed a picture to go so it can be a video. And this person like just posts all these old Owl City songs, and the audio is clearly a live show. The audio is clearly a live show of him and his two friends doing these awful racist stereotypical like Arab accents. Sorry, burping, probably on account of the racism that I'm thinking about. I don't usually burp. Either it's because of my water, my talking, or the racism that I'm thinking about. And like, I couldn't listen to a lot of it. I think all I got was like, everybody like, raise your hands if you love Allah. We were like, wow. Or they were like, you know, we don't eat beef because that's haram. And it's like, guys, lock in. Thankfully, I think this was at least the early 2000s. And the only way you can find this video is if you find just a random fucking, like, a random YouTube account, random video from a link down in his fan wiki. So, hey, I'm not the kind of person, like, I'm not in the group affected by that racism, so I can't personally say that I forgive Adam Young, for making Muslim satire with two of his, I think, also white friends. But I am saying, I don't know if it's a very relevant thing to his career. I'm trying to think of anything else worth noting, and I will probably be thinking of something like right as I end this video. Of course I can't go back and fix it. So yeah, what have we learned today? We've learned, most importantly, that Owl City is one guy. He makes songs. Some of them are good. He collaborated a lot, but he's really not on the radar for anyone now. Muslim satire, he made that. Taylor Swift, she made Enchanted about him. Awesome. He could be married. I don't know. His lyrics are fine. Yeah, I feel like he's done like, I could do like some dumb ass facts. I'm trying to just get the count, like the number up to see how long I can talk about this shit. But there's a laugh in the song Fireflies. It's not really a breaking news, but there's like a break in the song Fireflies of his singing. It's like a tiny instrumental, like, and he put in a clip of him laughing from one time that he did a wrong take. Like he made a wrong take and he like laughed and he was like and then he was like, I'm gonna keep that in the song, and then he put it in the song. Wow, that's so quirky and cool. Water. Thanks for your patience. I know water is sometimes an inconvenience for people who are not drinking it. Hot take. So yeah, there's that. He has done a few Q&As. I watched a Q&A of his that was a live stream just so I really, there was a time, I mean, I still want him to do it, but there was a time that I really needed him to make a Screamo album. I was like, this emo that I fell in love with ruined the genre of emo and Screamo for me, so I need a comfort musician to bring it back. Now I'm like, I don't need emo in my life, emo music. I think I'm good. But there was a time that I really wanted that, and I was searching for signs of any recent interview where he's talked about making emo music or Screamo. And so I was led to a live stream where he didn't really talk about it at all, but he was answering questions, and I think he spent at least half of the interview talking about his favorite Bible quotes, which is pretty cool. Shout out to God, shout out to the Bible, and shout out to Owl City's love of the Bible. Some things, he went on tour called the To the Moon tour, but these aren't really fun facts. I guess a lot of artists go on tour. The person he went on tour with is Augustana or Augustana. I think it's Augustana. He's a guy, he just had a piano and he sang a song. One of the songs he sang was Boston. Oh my gosh, I have more Owl City lore, I forgot. But one of the songs he sang was Boston, which I didn't know how popular it was until my mom, like maybe 2 years later or a year later, was watching The Big Bang Theory in the living room, and one of the characters, probably the guy with glasses, the annoying roommate, I don't know his name, he was like singing the song, and I was like, oh, that's Boston by Augustana. Dang, I guess it was popular if the Big Bang Theory sang it. Mr. Bang, Mr. Big Bang, Mr. Old Sheldon. I think it was the regular Sheldon. I think it was just the regular Big Bang. So yeah, that's cool. And Owl City did a cover of Boston. So that was cool. I think it's cool that he did that. You know what he also did a cover of? Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen, which is perfect for him on account of just the feeling that it evokes in you. Just like hearing Ben Platt just kind of sing as if he's a teenage boy, like, learn to slam on the brakes. Think about that, and then think about Owl City, everything you know about him now, and the feeling that that might evoke in you. Very much the same feeling. I can't think of any. Oh, he had a Christmas song. I think he has like a song called Peppermint Winter. I'm not sure what album that was, but he had a Christmas song called Humbug. He has at least one Christmas song. Humbug is about how he doesn't know what to get a girl for Christmas, but he can give her his heart, and I hope that's enough. And he goes through all these things. He's like, what do I get this girl? I don't know. At some point, I'll just skip to the good part. At some point he says, how about I just jump out the window? And then they all go, window, 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 yeah, how about I jump out the window? And I think that's funny as hell. I don't really need to explain how that's funny. This guy is funny. Jumping out the window, that's hilarious. Yeah, so that was funny. He had an EP, or maybe it just counted as a single. It was just 3 songs. Up All Night, Wolf Bite, and then Beautiful Times. Beautiful Times was featuring Lindsey Stirling. Lindsey Stirling is like kind of she plays violin, and she's like kind of the pop violinist. She made that song. Well, I guess she just really covers songs. I think she has some originals, but yeah, she just kind of played part of that song in the song Beautiful Times, but you can't really tell because it's just a part of the instrumental, and it already sounds very like muddled in the mix. So yeah, it did come to my attention, like he definitely has like side projects within Owl City that didn't count as full albums. Oh gosh, I really don't want to disappoint you guys, but we're already at almost 48 minutes. Yeah, Owl City, he's a guy. And he's not very active on the internet, but he very much does just kind of comment on videos when they like do covers of Fireflies. So that's good. Shout out to him. Yeah, I will probably think of another thing about Owl City as soon as I end this video, as I said before. But yeah, let's do one last sip of water. After this, I will not be drinking water for the rest of my life, so I guess I gotta enjoy it. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. And just so you know, every single thing that I said in this video was completely correct. Okay, bye. I'm Joey. I'm Sycamore Unmedicated. I'm the better half of my other stage name, Sycamore Sunshine. You should listen to my music, Sycamore Sunshine. Okay, bye.